Now we'll have a very brief look at how to tweak the styling for estore. I won't go into this in any depth because I don't want this to become a course on CSS. I'll just identify the style sheets involved and make a couple of changes to give you a start. Before that, I've noticed that the login widget, which is supposed to appear on the front page, has disappeared. This is because I made the mistake here in Appearance, Widgets, of setting it to appear on the page with the ID number 4 using widget logic. It would have been much better if I'd set this to is front page. So make that change, save that and refresh the page in the test browser, and the login widget is now back again where we want it. Now estore styling is controlled by two style sheets. WP estore style.css in the WP cart for digital products folder. This styles the fancy 1 and 2 displays. And estore extra shortcode css.css in the extra shortcodes folder, and that does the other display styles. There's also a custom style sheet, WP estore custom style.css, but if you try to use this, you may well find that your styles don't work. The reason for this is that the important tag is used quite a lot in the default style sheet, WP estore style.css, and this overrides your custom styles. And to overcome it, you'd have to use !important in the custom style sheet as well, and the whole thing becomes really quite a nasty, confusing tangle if we're not careful. So for this reason, I recommend in this case editing the main style sheet itself, and as we did before, making a copy both of the original and of your new version so as to guard against, on the one hand, mistakes, on the other hand, upgrades. So we'll go back to Windows Explorer or your File Manager, and we'll do exactly the same as we did before, copying the style sheet, renaming the copy original. That's our backup, so that we can always revert to where we were at the beginning, and the same again for the extra shortcodes style sheet. I'm just going to make a couple of changes. The thumbnail images are smaller than I want them to be. Currently they're 125 pixels square, and I want to increase that to 150 pixels, because I think that'll fit better. Because we've got a backup, in case anything should go wrong, I'll just go ahead and do a mass edit replace of all occurrences of 125px in both the style sheets using the Replace in Files feature in Komodo Edit. I've got both the files I want open, so I can search in Open Files and replace all. Save both the style sheets. Go back to the test browser and refresh the page, and the image is bigger, so the styling's worked. But although we've removed the link from the thumbnail images, when we mouse over them it still looks as though there's a link there because of this thick grey border which appears. This is actually not a border but a background colour property of hex A9A9A9. So search for that colour and delete it or comment it out, and that will remove that and prevent the thumbnails from looking like clickable links when they're not. Go back and refresh the page, and now when we mouse over the thumbnails, that border no longer appears. We also need to put in a margin now to the right of the thumbnail, because at the moment the thumbnail and the text to the right of it are butted right up against each other. Search in both the style sheets for the style margin 4px, 0, 4px, 5px. This is setting the margin on the thumbnail to 4 pixels at the top, but then 0 on the right, and then 4 pixels on the bottom and 5 on the left. We want to change that 0 setting, I say, to 10 pixels. So make that change wherever it occurs, refresh, and that's dealt with that problem. You can investigate styling changes further as much as you wish, now that you're aware of where the relevant style sheets are, and the fact that the use of the important tag may be a complicating factor. As I say, I don't want to do any more than that, or be going too much into CSS, which is another topic altogether. As we did before, copy the edited version of the style sheets and name each of them My Version, to guard against them being overwritten by updates. That concludes this chapter. In the next one, we'll set up the WP affiliate platform, so you can invite affiliates to help you sell your courses and offer them a share of your takings.